the track crew come around, rock the car, make sure it's in gear for you, make sure you're all good.
Yeah.
And they'll just, you know,
Kick
push
you
car will come around and bump start you again and off you go.
Yeah.
No, I've got to ask, when you're out there with, like, as athletes and that in the cars, it's so fast. Like I said to Dan when he took me there and that to watch it and that, what goes through your head before you're about to go off and then as you're going around the track? Like, how do you stay focused in the car?
I get bit nervous driving to the track. You know, when we unload the car and that, you know, a bit nervous, no butterflies. You get into the car, you're sitting on the dummy grid. You start to get relaxed then. I've nearly fallen asleep sitting on the dummy grid waiting. It's you just start to relax.
Go, go, go! And you're doing it, he's in! That's a massive crash, and it's happened immediately! This is amazing! Big shot, and it's lights out, and away we go!
You start to get in the zone of, all right, getting ready to start it, this and that. So that kind of butterflies start to kind of get out of your head. You know, you just check and make sure you're in gear, making sure your seat belts are done properly, your harness device is done. You know, your arm restraints are on. There's been times where you roll in, I'm arm restraint, and you're trying to hook them up. You know, as you're going out, and you're rolling around the track.
Where does the arm restraints like go to though?
Here.
Yeah.
So and to the seatbelt.
Onto the
So
seatbelt.
they come to the seatbelt, they come up and they hook onto here. So I can only my arms can only come to here.
Yeah. So like for the people listening at home, it's like a V. Is it connected like a V?
Yeah. Just enough to reach the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Just so they can't fly out of the car and whack stuff or if you have a rollover.
When did those arm restraints come into sprint car racing or speedway? Do you know?
I've known them for ever since Peter's been racing. He's always put arm restraints on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So they've always been like a safety thing.
Yeah.
All the way back in the 80s.
I don't know if they're back to 80s, but I know late 90s they would have been there.
Yeah.
You know.
Is there anything like that's massively changed in terms of safety over the years since you've raced that's changed from the very first time you got into a car that's different now that's new that they've put in?
I say Hans device. You've got to use Hans device. When that came out, that's pretty much when that started. Everyone used to wear neck collars.
Like the go-kart neck collars?
No, they're like the sponge one.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I remember Peter always used to wear one of them.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah, and these days, if he jumped in the car now, that's what he wants to wear. He won't wear a Hans device.
Really? He just wears the neck. He wants to wear the neck thing.
Yeah, I remember once he put a Hans device on. He just put it on it because he didn't have tabs or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And he still wore the neck collar, but just put the Hans because I think Hans device.
So wait, he wore the neck collar and the hands.
I think he did. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he didn't like it, but they said, you got to have a Hans device on. Neck collar doesn't, but he had no clips on his helmet.
Yeah, right. So he just went out.
This is a long time ago.
Yeah,
This is when it first started coming out. But what they're doing now is, and this season now is the first time they're doing it. I think they trialled it a little bit last year. And it's the same in rugby league. All this head concussion stuff is getting pretty bad.
Yeah.
So they got this thing that we've got to put on our helmets, and it's like a sensor. So if we cop a knock and it goes past so many Gs, a light will go off and start flashing.
Yeah, right.
And when you come in, I think there's got to be someone that's got to watch the driver come in, and if they see that light flashing, you've got to go get checked out. You could miss out on
the next race. The rest of the night.
Or the next race, yeah.
And it's just getting trialled this year, is it?
It's trialled last year, but they're running. I think we got to have them on our helmets this year.
Is there a certain amount of knocks and you get completely pulled out of the sport?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know. That'll probably come down to your doctor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Clearance.
Yeah, because I know Dale Earnhardt Jr. had to retire because of that. I think there's another few NASCAR drivers have had to retire purely because of head concussions.
Head knocks.
I wasn't sure because some sports have brought that in. There's a certain amount of knocks now, and you're not allowed back.
Yeah, there's a lot of football.
It's like a hard thing that even goes beyond the doctors and that.
Well, I think there's a few young football players that they've retired. They've had to stop. But as a football. The game's so fast now as well. It's not like it was 15 years ago.
Yeah, Valentis has changed the game too much.
It's too fast. 6 again rule. That's just makes it too fast.
I forgot who I saw in or listened to in the media where a rugby league player said, I can't watch the game anymore. It was Sterling. It was actually Peter Sterling. He said in the media he can't watch league like he used to because it's too quick, which is
Too
why
fast.
it's causing too many injuries and too many head knocks.
Yeah. And that's going back to Tom Trbojevic.
Yeah.
He's always injured.
Yeah.
I think just the way he's built, so tall, and everything's just so far. Like, it's always.
Yeah.
And they push training. I think back in the day, training wasn't as bad as it was.
Yeah.
You went to work during the week and trained in the night time.
Yeah. But I think that comes down to the entertainment factor, which is what Brooke was saying when she went to watch you guys at the Speedway, though.
Yep.
The fans these days just want action straight away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that 11-second track at Eastern Creek is great for the
looks
fans.
Cool.
Yeah.
When I first drove in there, I went, "No, this place is awesome. Look at that. Look at the grandstand. This is not a speedway. This is a football.
Yeah.
Is there a footy stadium down in there? 'Cause you know what I mean? Like speedways.
Yeah.
Speedway. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
It looks like, for those who haven't been, if you've been to the Olympic stadiums, it reminded me of Homebush.
Yeah.
When you walk into it, that's the feeling it is. And like you said, it's got a different edge to what you'd expect Speedway to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I wish they had the track was the same there as was at Parramatta, but with that grandstand deal set up, everything. Yeah. But they'll get there. It's all teething problems. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Did they ever consult any of you, like yourself and other drivers, with everything that's gone on with the track?
Not so much myself. Probably, maybe some of the top guys, Veerley and all that. But I'm not even sure. I think the government just wanted to build something.
Yeah, what I heard is through people, the Wellingtons at the track, when I was talking to them about it, I was like, "Oh, what's happening with Eastern Creek?" They were saying, "Yeah, the government, when they what the idea was for you guys is they were going to 3D print Parramatta, the track."
Well, that's what I was.
And that's what they were aiming to do.
Yep.
And it just went out the window by the time it got to Eastern Creek.
I remember when I first seen when they went out for the first ever practice day that time. I was watching Sam Walsh go around, and I think he's not even straight down the straight. Like as soon as the car straightened up, it was back in the corner. No straight.
Yeah.
It's like there's no straight there.
Yeah.
You don't get much. Like Parramatta had a good straight, come off the corner.
Yeah.
I can't drive. My driving style at Parramatta, I can't really use it at Eastern Creek. I've got to learn again.
Yeah.
And that comes down to having a good crew chief as well. I'm doing everything myself kind of thing at the moment.
Yeah. Because you're a privateer in
pretty
in the
much
sprint
hobby.
yeah.
I'm just just go out and have some fun. But everything's starting to get a bit dear at the moment. So if you're going to go out there, you got to go out there focused. So you're not wasting your time and money. But yeah, crew chiefs are a very
main thing. Did your brother have one though when he won the 2000 track championship?
Yeah. He had Peter Gray.
Yeah.
He used to really he was his main man. The brains of it kind of thing. You need someone that can watch you race, and then I can say, look, the car felt like it was doing this, and he goes, yeah, that's what it looked like. We can do this. We'll do that. We'll do that. At the moment, because I'm not racing all the time, I'm only going off what I can feel on the inside of the car.
Yeah.
Where, you need to have someone on the outside as well, looking in. And then sometimes, I've had people come and help, but they'll set up different to how I've set up, and, you just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You see that in supercars.
Yeah.
Crew chiefs don't, they don't really
They
have a...
They're more so like, as you said, the crew chief thing, and the engineers even in F1, they're the main key counterpart.
Oh, of course.
For the drivers, like the fans think the drivers are the main thing here. Like when they do silly season and whatnot, it's all about the engineers.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So for you,
100%.
have you ever had an engineer for even one season that you've continued with?
So when I was doing a bit of karting, I had a mate of mine used to come and help me in karting, and we'd done everything together.
Yeah.
We were at school together.
Yeah, right. What's his name?
His name was Andrew.
Yeah, okay.
We family friend. I've known him since it was 5, 6.
Yeah.
And we did everything together. He would come away, we'll go away riding bikes when it was a free ride. He was there with us. You know what I mean? doing a bit of karting. He used to race a little bit of karts as well, but then I started. He'd set the kart up.
Was this speedway karts or dirt?
No, just tar karts.
Tar karts.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You know, got me AKA license, raced a bit of karting.
Yeah. What was the karts that you had?
I had a what did I had? I had a top kart with Rotax on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that your first kart though?
No, mate. My
you
first
gotta go.
kart.
I want to hear from like the start. Yeah.
The start? All right, so
skip the crap that's in the middle.
Okay,
We can get
all
back
right.
to that later.
So we used to go to Butterfly Farm.
Yeah.
You know Butterfly Farm track?
Yeah. I know Butterfly Farm.
With just a 4-stroke. There was about 10 of us had all karts. We used to go Friday night, get there about 5 o'clock at night, and they used to run till about 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
We used to do that every Friday night, have a laugh.
Yeah. Right.
And just run around.
Was this a Clubman or was it?
No, this was a 4-stroke.
It's a 4-stroke.
4-stroke.
Yeah. Right.
4-stroke motors.
Before 4-stroke got bigger now.
What
time? Or was this like?
So this was at a time where they'll bring in a series called Super Sprint 4s.
Yeah.
They're just a Briggs and Stratton motor.
Yeah. I know them.
So we just used to go around, and
They're quite fast for what they are.
they were, yeah. And I had a Birrell.
Yeah.
on a Birrell.
Right. Oh, that was your first car.
That was my first car. It was a Birrell.
Was it like the old? Was it like the duck nose type of Birrell?
I think it was. Yeah. Duck nose, big wide front pot on it.
Yeah.
But we used to, you know,
Looked like a motocross jump at the front of the cart.
we used to go on there until we had no tyres left. Canvas show, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll go and buy new tyres once every 2 months or whatever, and we just have a ball, you know.
Yeah.
And then we got rid of them, done a bit of, like I said, done a bit of motocross, you know.
Mm.
But then this Super Sprint 4 series started to come as a series, and so I went and bought a.
What year was that?
This probably would have been 2006.
Yeah. Okay.
2007 kind of thing. It would have been,
Yeah.
and then you'd spend big money on a Briggs motor, rev them to 10 grand, blow up all the time.
Yeah.
Big carbies on them, bored out. You know. I remember I raced Oran Park.
Yeah.
It was a finale. They were closing the track,
Yeah.
and I was going over the bridge at Oran Park,
Yeah.
and the piston went through the block.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, bugger.
That's my memorabilia of racing at Oran Park.
Yeah. How good was that track, by the way?
Oh, it was awesome. Over the bridge, back down, went, I think, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
right over the track we raced.
Right,
That day was
left.
right over the bridge and back down the hill.
Yeah, and then it had the concrete wall as you come back onto the straight.
Yeah.
Brooke's been there, actually. She actually
Yeah,
watched an
but-
F3 race.
Yeah, back in the day, we used to go with my brother when we were like 18, 19 down
Yep.
there and that. Yeah, I miss all those tracks.
There was, I remember Amaroo.
Yeah.
Well, I could hear Amaroo Park from where I live back in the day when I was a young kid. It was only
Really?
down the road.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I was down the road too. I remember Amaroo down there because we
Yep.
were only in Dural. So we
Oh, you're
weren't
in
far-
Dural?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we weren't far at all from
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit of a shame how all these tracks are just now in New South Wales for tar racing just disappeared. We've literally got Eastern Creek.
Wakefield's closing.
Yeah, that's what bring
And
me
that
to it.
was not very old.
No, it started in '94 and it's shut now.
That's when I seen it the other day. When I thought it was a lot longer.
Mm.
I know
The
now
rate-
you guys are all struggling for track time.
Yeah, literally. Like I tried it. Eastern Creek offered 20K. This is just for Formula Ford races and a few open wheel boys. For 20K for 4 hours on the track because they've monopolized the system because we can't get enough entries to race on it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
We are, the way I see my class at the moment is kind of like sprint cars. You know, you just have to turn up on the day and hope for the best. That's kind of what with now the tar racing, how there's no circuits and just Eastern Creek, you just literally have to turn up on the day and hope for the best and hope your car doesn't blow up. That's literally how bad it is. Yeah.
That's motorsport.
Yeah.
So back to the karting deal. I've done that and it blew up and so bugger this. I need to get a Rotax.
Yeah.
And go race.
They're so much fucking fun, man.
So we went out. I went and bought a Rotax and got a AKA license. Run out Eastern Creek and Wollongong.
Yeah.
We used to run there. Did all right at Eastern Creek, and won a couple at Wollongong. I love Wollongong. Still race down there now at Wollongong track. And then had a go over wingless, and we're in America in 2010. Went over there, bought some cars, which I originally bought the cars to go wingless racing. And Peter goes, "You're not running wingless, you know. You get a 410, but no, I don't get a 410." So we ran. Got a 410. You know, bought all ex CJB Motorsports Maxim chassis.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Who was running CJB, or who was the driver back then? So I
Fred Raymer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Fred Raymer was running CJB over there. That's Chad and Jen.
Oh, so you bought all the stuff from America to race here?
Yeah, brought the stuff over there.
Yeah.
Bought 2 chassis.
Yep.
The chassis the Ford's in is an ex Raymer.
Yeah, okay.
It was a brand new chassis, that one, Maxim.
How long did those chassis last? Because in go-karts, they are 6 months in a go-kart these days, if you're lucky.
Well, I've still got the chassis, my first ever chassis that I ran with, that I owned, and that's the CJB chassis.
Yeah.
And I had that done a bit of racing before. That actually won an Outlaws race at Williamsgrove.
Yeah, right.
Probably ran that from 2012 till 2017. Probably ran that there. Just start getting cracks in the welds and stuff like that. Maxims are pretty good. Eagles don't last very long. That's what I've heard. That, you know, their time life is not as long, but they're a good chassis.
What about Triple X?
Triple X.
I had to ask.
Yeah. Oh, look, I know. Look, I've never had anything really to do with Triple X.
Yeah, but what have you seen from being there with the Triple X's? Because they are starting to spread through the paddock.
They are, yeah. They well, a Triple X chassis I think is like $6,000 or something, and a Maxim's $10,000. So
yeah, so it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper, and there's a lot of people running Triple X as well, but I don't think you can go past a Maxim.
Yeah.
There's J&J's. J&J's are good. They got a small window for setup.
So if you were to buy, like yourself, you know, you said you went from karts to the sprint car.
Yep.
If you were to go like myself, right? If I was to just buy a sprint car and a whole setup now, how much would it just cost base setup to get going? Like
brand new
chassis, yeah. No, second hand.
I've seen a roller the other day. It looked all right. I think it was a roller. I think it was $25,000 for a roller.
Yeah, and then the motor. The motor's the most expensive
but
part.
Engines are going for, you know, if you want something decent, you're looking at 50.
Yeah. So
when I bought my motor from the States, got that through Raymer as well. Cost me $30,000 to put it in the car. But that's when dollar was dollar for dollar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Before COVID and all this is happening.
Yeah, this was back in 2011.
Yeah, okay.
So $30,000 to put it in. I ran 2 laps, hot laps, and it blew it up. And this motor was, I think, 14 shows old since brand new.
Yeah.
And just got refreshened before they send it over, and threw a rod through the sump.
Straight away. Done 2 laps at Parramatta. Really?
Yep. So then, cost me another.
And you're out for the.
No, then I had to go leasing a motor.
Oh, okay.
So what happened was, the Rod Maxwell, the guy who gave me my first shot in 410, he had a car buried away in his shed.
Yeah.
And we were in America. We started talking. He goes, "Why don't you jump in my car, lease it off me?" So yeah, well, that's who gave me my first shot. So I was very grateful for him.
Yeah. Was this in America?
No, this was
in Australia.
When we were in America. He was there, and he said, "Let's when we get back, you can have a run of my car until your cars come back." So then when I blew my motor up, I just had to start leasing his motor. Yeah, he had a little Dash 12. It was all right.
Yeah. Those Dash 12s are like the one that Marcus ran before he got into the big one, didn't he?
Yes.
They're like a learner motor in a way.
Yeah, they're just a little bit. Yeah, they're on a slick track. They'll still go.
Oh, yeah, they'll still go. They
qualifying, but for qualifying at the start of the night, then they haven't got the.
Yeah.
Then I haven't got the punch like an all-pro. Yeah. Something like that.
Your cousins are. They were. I saw this the other day on Facebook. They used to race supercars, didn't they? 2 of your cousins, didn't they?
Yeah.
Were they in Commodores, weren't they?
Yeah, Commodores. Yeah, one of them ran Bill. He ran a Falcon once for somebody.
Yeah, Bill and Dave raced.
Yeah, Bill and Dave raced. David, I'm pretty sure it was David. He won the first. Well, they call it Super 2 now.
Yeah.
Supercars. Back then, it was called Privateers. Privateer Cup.
Yeah.
He won the first Privateer Cup when that came out.
Yeah. Was he with Pinnacle Motorsport? Was that the team that do you remember the teams?
So Scotty Taylor, one was with Scotty Taylor, ran a bit of Scotty Taylor, and the other one was with the Owl Car our care car, air
Yeah.
conditioning or something.
Okay.
Or care, I think that's
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. I forget what motorsports it was. But yeah, he raced Bathurst and a lot of that. They still get mucking around in RX-7s and stuff now, I think.
Yeah, right.
And they build. I don't know if they still do it right now, but going back 5-10 years ago, they'd build historic cars for Seaton's old man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
Are you still
Barry
close?
Seaton.
Are you still close to your cousins or not really?
Only just family, something, you see them, but everyone does their own kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you have much memories of them though going to the track? Did you watch them as a
No,
kid
because
growing
I
up?
was always with Peter Speedway.
Yeah.
I never
Okay.
really went to. I tell you, I had no interest in
in
car racing.
Yeah.
Until I went up to Bathurst in '99.
99. Yeah.
So I was a
okay.
Ford guy.
Yeah.
I first got there, I bought my Ford hat, and I thought I was and haven't missed a Bathurst since.
Yeah.
I've been up every year since '99.
Want to hear more? Each week we will share the hottest clips from our guest interviews on YouTube. But to hear the full episode, make sure to subscribe or follow us on your favourite podcast platform.